Hi everyone, happy Thursday. I thought I would touch base on one of my favorite products in doTERRA. I've been receiving a lot of messages in regards to what I'm using for natural products for menopause. And so I thought that this would be the perfect time to kind of go over that. Now, what I normally do is I like to take our Long Life Vitality Pack, and the reason being is because there's actually a lot of different reasons, but the main reasons are the fact that they help with 4 different things that are very common. There's been a lot of research on these supplements based on like hospitals and doctors, and they've done a lot of research and they've all come out with at least 4 things that they agree upon with the Long Life Vitality. And the first one is that all of them will give you less pain and inflammation. They also will give you better immune support and better energy. And they also, and the most important for me, is better hormonal balance. And that's something that I was really looking for. But what I want to do is I'm actually going to be reading out of my Oil Magic book. The reason why I always read out of this is because I want everyone to know that you can basically read out of this book and do exactly what I do. It's that easy. You don't have to have a doctorate. You don't have to be a doctor. You don't have to be a nurse. You don't have to be a in the medical field whatsoever, because this book has all of the research done for you. And all you have to do is basically just look up that product, and it's going to tell you every single thing that you need to know about that product itself. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by showing you what I normally order every month, and it's very simple. This is what we call our Long Life Vitality, and it comes in a little box just like this that shows all 3 of them. And the Micro Plex Vmz, I'm going to do that first. This is the Micro Plex Vmz, and it is whole food based, which is what I really like about them. With whole minerals and nutrients, and they're not heavily processed like with synthetic ingredients like most of those vitamins that you'll see at the store. In fact, do you ever notice that when you take vitamins like that, or should I say, unless you're on the LLV, you wouldn't know that, but have you ever noticed that when you take specific vitamins that you have like that stinky pee? And basically the reason why you have that, and I'll put this back up there so you can kind of see it. The reason why you have that is because of the heavily processed synthetic ingredients that are inside of those supplements. A long time ago, when they basically started coming out with nutrients, the bioavailable nutrient wasn't available back then. So with all the research that's been done, now it is. So the second one that I take is the Xeo Mega. Now this one I really like because it's plant and marine based omegas. It's got 9 essential oils in them, and I'm actually going to show you in this book. It's pretty cool. I love this book. I actually have stickers too to show me if you want to see. So omegas. If you'll see here, I put little stickers to help me. These little stickers that are at the very top. And I'll post a link too to where you can get those stickers. And it just makes it easier because some of the very top, like this one for instance, says essential oil and omegas. But it doesn't specify Mega Xeo. So it just makes it easier for me. And the main ingredients are fish oil and flaxseed oil, borage seed oil, cranberry seed oil, pomegranate seed oil, and vitamin D. It promotes heart health, joint, eye, skin, and circulatory health. It protects against lipid oxidation. Molecularly filtered fish oil combined with internal dose of 9 essential oils. So it's great. I take 2 of these daily for brain support, for depression, anxiety, for heart support, for joint support, and obviously for healthier skin. So the third one that I take is Plex Vmz. Now this one is probably one of the most important ones just because it actually is helping your body kill off unhealthy cells and to maintain the healthy ones. So this is very, very important. And all I do is I started out with taking one of each of these every single day. Well, actually, I take two of every single day. And then when I was on it for about 6 months, I started doubling the dosage, just so that I know that I'm getting what I need. I actually have an ailment that causes me not to absorb my nutrients like a normal person should be. And I also have a thyroid disease and an autoimmune disease. So that is why I double up on them. But the average person can just basically take two of each of those and you're set for the day. Now, when you purchase the Long Life Vitality Pack on the Loyalty Rewards program, they have a savings where you can pick up two of the other supplements for a very fraction of the cost. And I think one of the supplements is like $56 and I get it for like $20. And that also helps me with my digestive issues. It's Terrazine. And the Terrazine, I'm going to look up in here just so I can explain it a little bit better with everything that's involved. The main ingredients are Protease, MLS, I don't even know what that is. It's got so many different names in here that I'm not even sure. A tummy taming blend, enzyme assimilation. See, I don't even like to read all of this just because it's so, I don't know. All right, key uses: facilitates breakdown of food, increases nutrient absorption, promotes comfortable digestion, increases unstability of nutrients, and facilitates proper gut function. So basically, I like to use this a lot after eating out, or it increases my nutrient absorption. So that's the main reason why I take these. And the other one is PB Assist. Now, PB Assist is basically for a healthy gut. I never used to take a probiotic, and I could never figure out why, with my healthy diet, why I was still having the digestive issues that I was having. And this is why, because I wasn't taking a probiotic. And I like to take this usually in the morning on an empty stomach. I just take two of them per day. All right, so those are what I actually take every single day. Now, one of the issues that most women are having nowadays, and these are the messages that I'm getting, is women want to know what they can take for menopausal symptoms. Now, I'm not going to lie, I don't have menopause because 10 years ago, I was diagnosed with ovarian cancer, and I was very fortunate because I had surgery and they removed basically everything, just to be sure. And then what they did is they sent the tumor back, because the tumor itself was actually, it was displacing my uterus, and it was sitting right on top of my bladder, and that's why I was experiencing such like, it was the pain itself was just, I can't even get into how painful it was. So I had the surgery, and then they sent the biopsy back to the lab, and it ended up being benign. So I was very, very grateful, just because I didn't have to go through all of what everyone else has to go through. I have a lot of friends that have had breast cancer, that has had ovarian cancer, cervical cancer, and I wouldn't wish that on anyone. You know, I've had some of them that have had chemo, and I've had some of them that didn't have chemo but just had radiation. So it just varies, and it depends on the surgery itself. For me, I was extremely grateful, and I wasn't upset because it meant that I wasn't able to have children, but I was just grateful that I actually didn't have to go through what most people have to go through when they are diagnosed. So one of the things that it did is it put me in early menopause, and I could not take any type of hormone replacement therapy, meaning any kind of drugs, any kind of creams, anything that has estrogen in it, or high levels of soy. I have to stay away from, even like there's these one beans, they're called endemies. I believe that's how you pronounce them. I absolutely love them. I'm not supposed to really have them just because they have high levels of soy. I can't have any kind of soy products whatsoever. So it was very difficult for me to find something that I could use that wasn't going to give me negative symptoms, meaning like basically one of the symptoms of menopause is hot flashes. Well, that's also one of my symptoms from my autoimmune disease. Whenever I have any kind of food or like processed food or any kind of junk food, fast food, even eating out, if it's not organic, I experience those symptoms. I get hot flashes, I get dizzy, I get basically lethargic to the point where I literally could lay down right where I'm at, doesn't matter what I'm doing, and I could pass out. So I really, really am careful about what I put into my body. So what I started doing is, and I was so grateful for this, is I started using 2 products of doTERRA's, and they are, you can find them in a women's kit, which if you buy the women's kit, you're going to save a lot of money instead of buying them individually. The first one is bone nutrients. One of the things about menopause is you will find out that with menopause, it starts to like you basically start getting symptoms of like osteoporosis. You'll get weak bones, like fragile hips. I don't have any of those, but you also get just basically like a weakness, and it's almost like an inflammation in the joints. With bone nutrients, that has helped me tremendously. And I'm going to read what this says. It promotes bone health, prevents age-related calcium loss, maintains bone mineralization, and it maximizes calcium utilization. So that's one of the things that when you're going through menopause, especially if you've had to have any kind of surgery that caused you to go into early menopause, you're going to start experiencing almost like a vitamin deficiency of calcium right off the bat. So this basically, the main ingredients are calcium, coral calcium, which is good for you, vitamin C, vitamin D2, biotin, magnesium, zinc, copper, manganese, and boron. So by taking 1 to 2 of these twice daily, you're going to basically prevent like osteoporosis, weak bones, fragile hips. It's great for aggressive sports as well. So even if you're not someone that does suffer from menopause, this is also just a great item to use for men or women, especially if you're in aggressive sports. Now, the other one is phytoestrogen. This is gold in my house. In fact, my husband just told me yesterday, he's like, babe, I have 5 of these left. I had already ordered them, though, on my loyalty rewards, so I should be getting them any day. But this is one that he doesn't like me to be without because, and I'll tell you, because I'm really, really crabby. I mean, I start to have basically your menopausal symptoms start to come out when I don't take these. But when I take them, I'm my happy-go-lucky self. I really don't have an edginess on me at whatsoever unless I start to run out of these. So let me read what this says. Phytoestrogen. All right. For phytoestrogen, the main ingredients are soy extract, which is 64% isoflavones, which is a big difference than the other soy. So this is a soy that I can have, and it's 50% genistein. Flaxseed extract, 40% lignin. Pomegranate extract, 40% ellagic acid. It promotes hormonal balance by blocking estrogen binding to cells, and it manages harmful metabolite byproducts of hormone metabolism. So this is also great for metabolism. So one of the things about menopause is your metabolism starts to slow down, or just like mine, it basically just was like obsolete. I didn't even have a metabolism, which caused me to gain a significant amount of weight without even eating junk food or eating a lot of food. So it basically made my thyroid just sitting in my body waiting for it to get cancer. That was basically what my doctor said to me. So this was perfect for me to start taking. Now, the other thing that you can start taking if you're experiencing menopausal symptoms, and this is perfect for someone that if you have not had surgery especially, and you're just starting to experience those symptoms, some of the symptoms of menopause are weight gain. It's a slowed metabolism. Let's see, hot flashes, night sweats, headaches, brain fog. Those are all things of premenopausal symptoms. So those two things that I just told you about, bone nutrients and phytoestrogen, those are two things that you might want to start taking now, as well as Claricalm. This is an amazing oil. To be honest with you, those two things pretty much do it for me, that I very rarely have to use this. But I do want to read what it says about this. All right, they call it the Women's Monthly Blend. It has clary sage, lavender, bergamot, chamomile, cedarwood, yang yang, geranium, fennel, carrot seed, palmarosa, and vitex. It's also used as an aphrodisiac, a sedative, and sleep issues. Because that's one of the things, too, with menopause is you start to get, at night, you have a hard time, like, shutting your brain off. And you start to get insomnia. And for years and years and years, I didn't know why I had that. I actually thought I was losing it because I didn't understand why if I woke up at 8 o'clock in the morning or 7:30 in the morning, I should be ready to go to sleep at least by midnight. And I wasn't. I was staying up until 2, 3 o'clock, you know, and then the next day I was tired. And then, you know, it just was like a vicious cycle. So I use this on my face every night, and it has made the dark circles under my eyes disappear. That was a testimony by Kimberly. And then nothing helps my cramps like this blend. This is great too if you are not menopausal and you are having, you're still having your periods. This is great to put over your abdomen. If you have teenagers at home that are always reaching for the Midol, get them off the Midol. It's not good for them anyways, and give them something that they can actually use that's going to help them instead of harm them. You apply to wrists and over lower abdomen for PMS. For cramping, you apply to lower abdomen. Hormonal balance, apply to wrists and over lower abdomen. I actually use it on my pulse points, and I use it behind my ears. Hot flashes, apply to wrists and back of neck. And what's crazy is I don't get hot flashes from menopausal symptoms. I get them sometimes from my autoimmune disease, and I'll actually use this. And it really, really does help. Also, mood swings. If you inhale from cupped hands and apply to pulse points. Self-confidence. Inhale from cupped hands and apply to pulse points. And then also heavy menstruation. You apply to lower abdomen. So it's kind of cool. You can also, I never even knew you could diffuse this. This oil of vulnerability helps ease fear of rejection and need to constantly meet expectations. It opens a space to feel accepted, nurtured, and enough at any given moment. So it's absolutely necessary for any woman to take the Claricalm. So those are what I take every single day. I take my, I take my Long Life Vitality, added by the Terrazine and the PB Assist. And then I also take the bone nutrients, the phytoestrogen, and every once in a while I do use the Claricalm, which is not very often, to be honest with you. So that is what I take. So, does anyone have any questions whatsoever? Hi, Tina. How are you? Hi, Doug. I'm sure Doug has teenagers at home still, too. How are you guys doing? All right, so this is the thing. I'm going to post all of the information I gave you to this exact post. And if you are interested in trying the Lifelong Vitality Pack, I'm going to give you a week's supply for free. What I'm going to do is, the only stipulation is I'm going to send them out to you, and have you take them for a week straight. Now, normally it would take about 30 days for you to actually like really see a significant change within your body. But to be honest with you, I know people that have felt that change within a week. It gave them more energy. It helped them sleep better. It balanced out their moods. It just basically, it supported their immune support. And I know I actually have someone that last year, she stopped taking them. Some things were going on in her life financially, and she was trying to cut costs, and she just didn't know like how to do it. So she, without talking to me, she stopped ordering her Long Life Vitality. And the next month, she contacted me and said, I cannot believe this. I went 1 month without them, Susan. I ended up getting sick, and I hadn't even been sick since I've been on these. So it really, really does make a difference. And any kind of ailment that you do have, I always go back to the Long Life Vitality pack, because I believe that every single health concern relates to those 4 things. It relates to mood, depression, anxiety, energy, hormonal balance, immune support, pain and inflammation. All of those things basically can be taken care of just by starting taking the Long Life Vitality. So comment below if you're interested in getting 5 days free, and it's no obligation. Basically, all I'm going to do is I'm going to contact you. I probably won't even contact you until after I get back from my cruise in June, just to see how they worked for you, if you have any questions. But it is no obligation. I just want you to try them and to basically get back with me and tell me if you've seen any kind of difference whatsoever. So with that being said, I just want to thank everyone for joining me today. I hope everyone is having a great Thursday, and we'll see you next Thursday.